Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to do a compression test. I'll be doing it on my Honda Trike. It's an 83 200E. You don't need many tools. You need a wrench to pull the spark plug. You need the compression tester, which are all these little pieces here. That's really all you need. So let's get right into it. So step number one to doing a compression test is locating the spark plug, because that's where you're going to put your compression tester. So once you locate your spark plug, some will be here, some will be on the other side. Take off the spark plug cap off the spark plug. You take that wrench. This one is an 18mm. You loosen it off. It should not take much at all. And you remove the spark plug. And every time you pull the spark plug, I always look, investigate. This one you can see, kind of, it's a bit blurry. You can see it's kind of black. That means it's running rich, and I know I have an issue. That's what it looks. That's a spark plug hole right there. So next you put in your spark plug compressor. Give me one moment. So my compression tester comes apart, so it's easier to put on and stuff. And this end is changeable, as you can see. And I have a 13/16 spark. The end that's on here is for a 13/16 spark plug, and I need this little end on here. So next, if yours does this, then you'll need to remove this piece and swap it out for this. Now that I have the end swapped out, I'm going to want to put this together. The end just super easily just snaps on there, just like an air hose. This is your gauge. It'll tell you how much compression is there. And compression basically just tells you how much air builds up in there and pressure. And it usually they're about 120, between 120 and 150. Some are different. Look up in your manual or online for your certain models, because some have a decompression valve that will make it read 90 for when you're starting it and stuff like that. Once you know what compression you're looking for and you have all the tool hooked up and everything, then you just thread this into where the spark plug came out of. Once you have that in there nice and tight, you want to make sure it's all the way in, which this one is. And you put this somewhere where you put the gauge somewhere where you can read it. Which, I don't know where's the best spot is. I guess just right there. Now this can be the tricky part. You're going to want to pull it over. If you have electric start, that works too. I don't have electric start hooked up on this one right now. So some people say you have to hold the throttle open. Some say that you don't have to. So I'm going to start by not holding the throttle open. You're going to want to pull it over 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, those weren't very good pulls, so give me one moment while I do that again. So with the throttle closed, I have 60 psi, which is low. So my engine might be blown up, but we'll see. That may do it with while holding the throttle. You just find the throttle and you just hold it all the way open, and then you see what happens. Make sure that you reset the gauge, and for this instance, there's just a little button here, and it goes back down to 0. So this time, what's holding the throttle open, I got about just under 70, so like 68 psi, which I believe is low for this. This thing should have 120, 125 to have good, so I think I need to do a rebuild. So once you do that, I've explained to you how to release this already, but you make sure you keep track of what the pressure was. Once you know what your pressure was, and you come over here, you just remove the compression tester, you put your spark back in, and you decide whether it's worth rebuilding or not. And that's how you do a compression test. Not many tools at all required to do one. But the biggest thing is just making sure that you have when you're Googling, you have the right pressure for your machine. So for this one, I didn't actually do the Googling, but I believe it's 120, 125, that's what these things usually are. Thank you, and see you again later, maybe.